U.S. deploys thousands of troops to aid Ukraine amidst escalating crisis. In a significant display of solidarity and commitment to its allies, the United States has taken decisive action by deploying thousands of troops to support Ukraine amidst an escalating crisis in the region. The move comes as tensions continue to rise, with Russian aggression posing a threat to Ukraine's sovereignty and regional stability. This article examines the reasons behind the U.S. decision, the implications for both countries, and the international community's response. The crisis in Ukraine dates back to 2014 when Russia's annexation of Crimea and the subsequent conflict in eastern Ukraine sparked an ongoing dispute between the two nations. Over the years, the situation has remained tense, with numerous ceasefire violations and armed clashes between Ukrainian forces and Russian-backed separatists in the Donbas region. Recent events have exacerbated the situation, raising global concerns about the potential for further escalation. To counter the perceived threat posed by Russian actions, the U.S. has taken action to bolster Ukraine's defenses and demonstrate its commitment to upholding international law and regional security. The U.S. response. In response to the unfolding crisis, the U.S. government has announced the deployment of thousands of troops to Ukraine. The primary objective of this deployment is to provide critical military support, training, and equipment to Ukrainian forces, enhancing their capabilities to defend against potential aggression. The troops' deployment signifies the U.S. administration's determination to deter further Russian actions and defend its allies in the region. It serves as a strong signal to Russia that any aggression against Ukraine will be met with a unified and robust response from the international community, with the U.S. leading the charge. Support for Ukraine's sovereignty. The deployment of U.S. troops also highlights the unwavering support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The U.S. and its allies firmly reject any attempts to alter borders through force, reiterating their commitment to the principles of international law and the respect for national boundaries. Moreover, the move aims to strengthen Ukraine's position at the negotiating table, encouraging Russia to seek a diplomatic resolution to the ongoing conflict. By showing a united front with Ukraine, the U.S. hopes to promote a peaceful and diplomatic solution to the crisis, thus preventing further escalation. International response. The U.S. decision to deploy troops in support of Ukraine has garnered mixed reactions from the international community. While some nations have applauded the move as a necessary step to counter Russian aggression and safeguard regional stability, others have expressed concerns about potential further escalation. Russia, in particular, has been highly critical of the U.S. deployment, characterizing it as unwarranted interference in its regional affairs. The situation has added strain to U.S.-Russia relations, further complicating the already delicate geopolitical landscape. As tensions continue to mount in the region, finding a peaceful resolution to the Ukraine crisis remains a top priority for the international community. Diplomacy and dialogue must take precedence, with all parties involved encouraged to engage in meaningful negotiations aimed at de-escalation. The U.S. deployment of troops should serve as a catalyst for renewed diplomatic efforts, urging all stakeholders to come to the table and seek a peaceful solution to the crisis. In addition to military support, the international community must extend its aid to address humanitarian needs arising from the conflict, focusing on alleviating the suffering of civilians caught in the crossfire. Conclusion. The U.S. decision to deploy thousands of troops to support Ukraine sends a strong message to the world about its unwavering commitment to its allies and the principles of international law.